Another person I saw that she missed the mountains and she was carrying these mountains with her, and they're in the thigh area behind her, but I could tell they were far away, but they really meant a lot to her, and she said that was the thing that she needed to recharge her batteries, and it was something that she was definitely missing a lot. So these kind of things are possible to see in the aura by looking at patterns. For example, one person had this pattern above her head as if it was global, and some of the things going on with her were not so much specific to her, but to the world, and this fit her job. And sometimes patterns, for example, above their head, it may not be as developed because that person's not doing as much meditation. I saw that in one case. He could have used more meditation to bring up that part. Another person had a very complicated pattern above her head. It went up, and actually a large part of herself was up there and kind of carrying on its own life in a way. And sometimes people would say something that let me see into that they needed a past life reading, and I would look into their past lives and I would see how that was relating to this life, and sometimes that became very important. A lot of the people were asking questions that I was able to answer, that or things that had concerned them for a long time, and questions about spirituality and their own nature and things going on in their lives. These are things that can be psychically understood once you tune into an aura like that. And so when you're looking at an aura and you're doing this psychic kind of viewing, you may not see anything at all physically, really. It's very subtle. It's a different type of sight from the eyes. It's third eye. And so doing third eye exercises like the alternate nostril breathing, breathing in and out through the third eye, doing tantric exercises where you're clenching the root lock at the base, the diaphragm, pulling the chin down, curling the tongue up, closing your eyes and bringing them up above your head, and down and up and down, and then bringing that into the third eye and out and in through the third eye. These kind of things help to improve your ability to tune into other people, to see, and you can also bring it out through the heart so that you're able to experience the kind of love that you need to have for other people to see these kind of things accurately. Being able to do this work, for me, has evolved because of wanting to, because of helping other people and caring about them. So when you're looking in the aura, look for certain patterns. There can be shapes. One woman had energy coming out from her upper arms that was strong and able and capable to do what she was doing, and the rest of her aura was really depleted at the time. That's because she was determined to get these things done in Atlanticron, but she was wearing herself down, so the rest of her aura was very weakened because of adrenals, but she was still able to just force and will herself to do this, and I could see that coming out of her arms. Different parts of the aura tell you different things. I can often tell just by looking at the arm area a lot about the kind of interactions people have with other people. For example, the policeman, I could see that his interactions with other policemen were not lovey-dovey sweet, not forming really lasting relationships of great friendship necessarily. I could see that in his arms and how he treated people, but also I could see some of the other policemen, their vague sense of their auras and their shapes around him, and how he interacted with them. Somebody else I could see, she had friends for life, people she was very close to, giggling with, running around, moving quickly. So the kind of people that you're around, what kind of relationships you form, sometimes they're around you. Somebody who's very close to you may show up. Somebody in your life, somebody in the spirit world may show up above your head. So you look towards the person and see if you see other beings around them, maybe other spirits, other people that they're around in their life. See how they interact with other people in their lives. Just without expecting it to see it with your eyes like you would something normally. The colors, however, you can see with the eyes often themselves. The colors you can sense and you can guess at what color it is that you could call it, but you can, if you look closely enough, often see the colors, and you might have thought it was just something that was the shading in the room, the lighting, but keep looking and checking and it's really not. Look to the person right beside them and let your eyes defocus and see what kind of thing that you see along the edges, and you generally see a light around the person glowing, and this light can be really large. For example, one girl in this group I did recently did a lot of Qigong. Hers was the largest aura that I saw. Her aura I could see as she turned towards somebody else saying, see what I'm talking about? Her aura went whoom, towards that person. I could tell that her aura really affected people around her. I could see this energy coming out from the back, this loving energy, and other people I can see healing energy. So I can see how much they affect the world around them as well as being affected by the world around them. And so some people will be holding their auras in, not interacting much at all. Other people, their energy may be almost nuclear in the amount of intensity. One girl, I said that she could probably use telekinesis, and she said her mother had done that before. It's this energy above the head that's just nuclear is the best word I can think of. Other people, their energy may be even a little intense because of some occult work. You can see a certain color maybe above the head that has to do with occult work, then start seeing maybe what they've done with it, what they've studied. Sometimes hearing words will come in that it's good to just learn to say it at first. When you're learning it, if you see an object, if you see a vision, hear a word, get a feeling, just say it. Maybe it's something in your own body, like a pressure somewhere, and then you can mention that maybe they have a certain type of pressure there. See if you can feel if it's emotional pressure or if it's physical pressure, if it's spiritual pressure, mental pressure. See if you can make the distinctions. In the way they describe auras technically, they talk about the different layers, and that's true to some degree, but it's so much more complex than that. That's a great oversimplification, I believe. However, the aura closest to the body is supposed to be the physical, etheric body and show what's going on with the health predominantly. After that, there's the emotional body, then the mental, then the intuitive, and then more spiritual. Very, very large. The aura is huge when you really look at the whole thing. Some people's auras are more obvious in the physical plane because that's what they are most at home in. So you might look at the neck and see how well they're expressing what's going on. If there's a lot of gunk in there, if it feels kind of cloudy, they may not be expressing what their ideas, their thoughts, their emotions. If it's nice and clear in that area, like you don't need to move away the astral fuzz to see their neck, then they're probably more expressive. You can look at the heart area, see how they love. You might see a spiral coming out, you might see pink coming out. You might see pink coming out more when they're in the proximity of their girlfriend or boyfriend. Some people would have me look at the two of them together, and there would be sometimes a clash, or they might go well together and recommend staying together for a long time. You can see how one person may change more, may become colder in a way. Their aura can have a sense of hot and cold. When they're away from the other one may not. One may be more dominant in the relationship, one may be more, get timid if the other person's around the aura, get a little smaller and weaker and taken over by the other person's color. You can see all kinds of things in the relationships